this computer. Okay, recording is live. My first interview, first podcast. Holy shit. Okay, here we go. Yo, I'm here with Gilbert Yvel. Thank you for coming on, man. This is the first ever Huntly World Traveler podcast. So thank you so much. Just want to do a quick intro. I know you for, I think probably since I was 15, 16. That's like half my life. I've seen you as a big brother.
14 years.
Something like that. You know, if I got this tattoo right here, courtesy to you. See, the tattoo shop, you were there.
Yeah.
So to me, you know, you're a big brother. You train me some martial arts techniques. Super happy that to have you on. We want to just have an awesome chat today about, you know, Gilbert's view, known to some as, you know, like the bad boy of cage fighting, UFC, and just have a nice chat, see how you do in this period, what you're up to, and, you know, what your vision is on, you know, just the world right now.
Okay. Awesome.
So one of the first things that came to mind for me was, you know, before I met you, I know that I knew some people around me that knew you, and they were talking about this big badass fighter, this guy covered in tattoos, you know, someone who could scare the living shit out of you. And then I met you, and the way I saw you was like this just big, friendly teddy bear, this awesome, super friendly guy. The contrast was really big for me. And I remember walking in the streets of Amsterdam with you, and people are just, oh, Gilbert, Hurricane, this and that. So badass. What I'd like to get into with you, man, is, you know, you've got a, you know, impressive record. All of your fights won either by knockout or submission. I'm really curious, dude. How did it really start for you? What was the starting point in your journey? You know, for the people who don't know your story, when did you start fighting professionally, and what drove you to make that choice?
Actually, when I was young, I saw the movie Bloodsport. You know Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah.
We went to whatever city, whether China, Japan, to fight in the Kumite.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he beat everybody up. And that's when I was young, I was like, oh shit, I want to do that because it's awesome. You know, flying and fighting, training hard with the sensei, training to, and then flying to another country and fighting a tournament and beating people up. So, well, when I was, let's make it a little short story. When I was 19, I came back in Amsterdam, where I was born. I met my trainer, Lucien Carbine, and actually, within 2 years, we were fighting in Japan and beating people up.
So yeah, 2 years.
Actually, yeah, I think in the first year we went to Russia. Second year we were already fighting for things Japan. Yeah.
So what's that like, man? Were you just like insanely talented, or you just work your ass off? Was it a combination of both? How do you do that within such a short amount of time?
I'll say it might be both. We were like, Alicia was a good trainer to, you know, Alicia can bring you from zero to hero real quick.
Okay.
You know? And we were training like 2 or 3 times a week, 5 days a week. And Saturday, Sunday, there were fights. I was fighting in the bigger shows, so for me it was like once or twice in a month. But we were constantly busy with fighting, morning, evening. Like during the day, we're just busy with fighting. So my whole life was just fighting. So I think that's why became good quickly.
Yeah.
You know, my mind was only focused on fighting. You know, when your mind is focused on something, you know, there's nothing that can stop you.
So how did you get started with this guy as a trainer? I mean, did you just walk into a gym sometime? Did you know him through a friend? Like, how did?
I went to Amsterdam from a small city in Holland, from Hengelo. I came in Amsterdam. I met my father over there. I walked with my father down the street, and he said, "Hey, Gilbert, this guy is Lucien. He's a good fighter. He can train you. He might train you." And you know, spoke to him. I think a month later, picked me up. That was it. We just started training, and we never started. Actually, we stopped after 6 years, but we started training, and basically we were together for years, day in, day out.
Epic. So did you train exclusively with him in the Netherlands? Did you also do like, some good fighters do like training camps in other countries? Did you do that as well?
The first couple years I trained only with him. Then I met John Lewis in Las Vegas. There was a show we supposed to fight in. The show got postponed, and but because of all the plane tickets were paid up, the hotel rooms were paid. So he was like, you know what? Let's get all these guys over to Vegas, have a great time. So that's how I met him, and we became friends. And so I think during the rest of my life, I've been flying back and forth to Vegas to train with him. Yeah. And I did all my camps with him in Vegas.
Okay, cool. Vegas. So what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, huh?
Actually, it does.
Man, okay. So let me take me to your first fight, right? You've been training with Lucien. You've been going for it, and all right. First fight booked, arrives. What's going through your mind?
The first fight is never. This is, I think, for a lot of fighters, the first fight is never like everybody think it will be. It is like, hey, I'm training. I think we're training for 3 months, and somebody got injured. And hey, we got somebody injured. Do you want to fight? We pay you 500 gulden back in the day. Like, okay, why not? After 3 months fighting, and then we went to this place, and actually, what is it, like a half hour ago, I was just driving there. First place I fought. Go into the ring, fight, and this guy picks me up, slams me on the ground, and I was like, "Fuck, what am I doing here?" I was like, "Really, what am I doing here?" But I got up and I beat him up. I actually got a fall because I gave him a knee to the head, dropped him with a knee to the head, and because at that days you had to wear knee pads, and I didn't wear knee pads, so they give me disqualification. But it was clearly I was beating him up, and I won the fight, but I got disqualified.
So you kicked ass your first fight, and you got disqualified your first fight.
Yes, because I knocked him out with the knee, and it was not allowed because I didn't wear knee pads. But from that day on, there was like a lot of big promoters watching, and they saw me fight. And my next fight was in the biggest show in Holland, like 3 months later or something. So and that's from there went. And of the big show, the second fight, free fight got a little bit popular. It got on national television for the first time, really, and they showed a clip of me beating somebody up badly, like stupid to say about myself, but people were like, they saw something what nobody did before, they saw fighters, and then there was me, this new guy who beat, I did something new. Yeah.
Wow. So take me through your mind at that time, all right, first fight, kicking a guy's ass, but you get disqualified. A couple months later, big fight, it's becoming popular. How are you feeling? Are you like, all right, blood sport level check? Or are you thinking like, holy crap, how did this happen? What was your attitude at the time, man? Were you loving it? Were you under pressure, or?
No, I was, of course, loving it. Let me save a little bit from this. I didn't tell you that yet, but there's a book coming out about me. Somebody's writing a book, so and I want to save a little bit for the book.
Sure.
From let's say abusive foster parents, abuse of childhood, being like never fit in.
Yeah.
And with fighting, I was beating up, and people were like, literally the whole crowd was cheering for me, screaming for me, and I was something. I was somebody, and I was, like you said, we were walking down the street, and people like they knew my name. And when I was young, I was always dreaming about when I'm you know, when I'm older, I want to be so famous that everybody knows me around the world. And that's starting to happen, you know, because I walk into the arena and people start screaming my name, and so I was like, yeah, I was very comfortable. I had no pressure at all. I was training my ass off. I was training good. I was good. Basically, everybody I was fighting, they knew they're gonna get, you know, I would beat them up. So I was very comfortable, very normal, very no pressure at all. I was ready. I was ready to beat
Yeah.
somebody up. So yeah.
Like you found your path, you found your thing, or
Yeah.
it found you, and it was just natural.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So, you know, I mean, nowadays MMA is a lot more structured, and people are divided into categories and styles. How would you describe your own like fighting style back in the day, especially?
Actually, yeah. Oh, this is so different now. Back in the days, we were just fighting. We were not. We were just fighting. Right. You in the ring, I'm in the ring, and let's beat each other up and see who's standing last. Right. And my style was just, yes, yeah, I was just destroying you like the hurricane. I came in and I destroyed you. I just came in and beat you up and didn't stop kicking, punching, kneeing until you're down. Nowadays, they are just playing a fight game. Oh shit, my girl is calling me. Playing a fight game, so they are not uh, fighting anymore. They're doing the fight game. It's like, all right, if I do a takedown right now, I might get a point. If I do some cage control, I get a point. You know what? Let me steal the round. But they don't really want to fight. They don't really want to stand and bang. They just want to, you know, ground and pound, lay and pray, and you know, they're smart now. They're doing really good, but yeah, it's different.
Okay. So about that, right? I mean, you did some cage fighting, free fighting, vale tudo, a little bit of everything. You know, things were different back then. Is less rules the right word?
I have to pick up the phone. Is it okay with you?
So, you know, that brings it back to me. So, I mean, especially nowadays, it's more like a fight game. We'll get back to that later. But you know, you did some vale tudo, some cage fighting, some, you know, things were a bit different back then, right? Like less rules, like you said, just get in there and
Yeah, actually, the rules were different. Basically, well, a cage fight, a vale tudo free fight, basically it's all the same thing. But once there's like you were like slapping with your open hands. Sometimes were bare knuckles. Sometimes you had little gloves. Sometimes you had shin pads. But of course, at the end, like they unified the rules. They're all the same, but still, fighting was different. You know, there's like we really try to knock somebody out. We try to beat. In my mind, my thing is like, if two guys are fighting and they're still at the end, two guys still standing, it's a draw. That's what I'm thinking. You know, yeah. How can you beat me? I'm still standing, or we have to go all the way, or you know, all my fights most of the fights that I lost are like lost on points.
yeah,
Because somebody else, you know, and judge who never fought himself think that the other one was better than me on the ground, or he threw more kicks or whatever. No, that's not what I think. I think two people still standing is a draw.
yeah. So to you, what should happen in that situation? All right, you guys been in your rounds. Both are still standing. Draw and rematch later, or
Yeah, it's a draw. And if they do that, people will train harder. Will go for knockouts. Will go for fight better. This is what I think.
yeah,
And I also think they should take out the elbows and let them be allowed to kick on the ground. The elbows, you can just slide somebody open. The fight is over. But it's pretty hard to kick somebody on the ground, and you can do good damage there. But that's what I think. You know. Yeah.
did you use a lot of elbows yourself back in the day when it was allowed, or?
Maybe once in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
But I use my knees. That's good.
Yeah. Let's get to that, because I've seen some sick ass highlights of you not just kneeing someone, but the double knee, just hop 2 knees to the face.
Yeah.
Was that something that came naturally? Was that something you trained? How did that evolve?
Well, we train it. A double knee is like faking the one knee and throwing the other knee, and basically, like your elbows and your knees are the the four hardest parts on your body.
Yeah.
I think for elbow you have to be very close, but for the knee, and you do a jumping knee, like your whole body weight is also coming in there. And yeah, that's what we did. We practiced jumping knees, and yeah. And actually, I was like one of the few who was doing it, and I was lucky. I was athletic that I could do it. So yeah, that's what I did, and I got famous.
Yeah.
Of it. So I was like, well, let's keep doing it.
Hey, if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So no, but we can definitely say about your athleticism, because I've seen you do fights and then win the fight and then just do a backflip afterwards. Like, still got enough energy,
Yeah,
no reason to drag shit out. Just get in there, do your job.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you prefer those days, or
good old days.
the good old days? Do you see it that way?
Yeah, I prefer those days because I've been fighting. I fought in Pride. Maybe not always my best fights, but what they did was like literally lay and pray, laying on top of me and pray. I didn't get up, and that's how they won the fight, because they didn't want to stand up and bang with me. So they took me down, keep me on the ground. They could not finish me on the ground, so just lay on top of him and wait till the time is over, and then win on points. Yeah, I don't like it. I like the fights with in Holland with Bob. Bob and me, we went to war, just beat each other up, and it's like straight up kickboxing match with small gloves. Fighting, no bullshit, just, fight, no ground and pound and lay on knocker.
Knocker, yeah. Hey, simple, man, but I like it. So, I mean, how would you approach a fight nowadays? If you got back into the ring and okay, the rules are kind of like this, would that mean for you, you know what, not even worth it, not going to do it? Or would you still be interested and just adapt your strategy?
Well, I have to, of course. First of all, if I fight again, the money has to be good, because I'm basically done fighting.
Yeah.
I'm old, and I don't want to prove myself anymore. That is the whole thing. I don't want to prove myself anymore. I don't want to. Of course, I still did a little fighting in there. I want to be, but I don't want to prove. I want to have to prove myself. Yeah, of course, now the strategy has to be different, because everybody is strong now. Everybody knows the game. Everybody is fit now. So only with talent you won't make it anymore. Well, I'm old now, so well, I have to train. I have to be fit and ready, and I have to fight smart. So I have to have a strategy now. And actually, training with Mike, he showed me like, well, fighting with the strategy is also. It's good, well, and not still try to beat somebody up, but in a smaller way. Don't go running in there and see what happens, but take a little bit more time, plan your fight, and yeah.
Do you have a hero or like an example that you really looked up to as a fighter?
Tyson, Mike Tyson.
Straight up.
Yeah, Mike Tyson. Yeah.
What about him? Just I mean, you just said that so as a matter of factly. What about him just resonates with you?
He's a fighter. He's literally a fighter. He goes in there and tries to kill you, knock you out and destroy you, and and he let his he let his emotion. He runs with his emotion. He just do what he has to do. He's just pure.
Yeah.
Maybe not always. He maybe not did always the smartest things, but he just was who he was. I can. There's no lying in the ring. You can always try to be a better person. No, he didn't try to be a good person. He just tried to be a good fighter and try to beat people up. And well, being a killer in the ring, yeah. That doesn't mean that you can be a nice guy, can be a nice guy outside of the ring. Some people can, some people can't.
Yeah.
Well, Tyson, he's just he was still it's the best. That's what I think. You know, just try to, yeah. Tyson is just the best.
You looking forward to him coming back into the ring?
Well, we'll see. Fighting Roy Jones. Well, I see what's will happen. I hope Tyson's cardio is good. You know, he's also older, but I think when he connects, and he will, he might knock Roy Jones out. But the other hand, Tyson didn't fight for a long time, and Roy Jones had his last fight like 4 years ago or something.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of this. It will be difficult because I was starting to train 2 months ago again with boxing, and I was boxing. And I was like doing well, and because I didn't spar for such a long time with good people. And I was not used to get hit anymore, right? Now it's okay. It's now get hit. My hands are still high, but if you're not used to get hit all the time, and you don't see styles in sparring, you see him hitting pads.
Yeah.
So we have to see how will he react when he get hit. You know, we'll see. But still, I think Tyson will beat Roy Jones up.
All right, let's see, man. So speaking of Tyson, both him and you have had a bit of a reputation, kind of as a bad boy, maybe, some angry moments. How do you see that now? You're older, wiser, like you just said, you don't have anything you want to prove anymore.
Mm-hmm.
When you look back now, how's that?
Well, when I was young, I did stupid things. I think every person in the world, when they were young, they did stupid things. And my bad luck was, I did it when the camera was facing me. So, let's say my neighbor can walk around at night and rob old ladies and nobody will know about it. And I hit a referee and I did some stupid things and everybody saw it. So, well, who's the worst person? I did stupid things. And actually, when I was fighting in Japan, they actually asked me to do, Gilbert, no problem, man. Just do a little bit, break a little bit the rules. We won't take you 10% of your purse. Well, this is what they did. If you get a yellow card, they take 10% of your purse. I said, Gilbert, no worries. Just do your thing, and then you will be okay. Because they were looking for a bad boy.
Yeah.
But actually, I'm not that kind of a bad boy. If I did do something just because I was mad or just being stupid, but I was not doing a lot of things on purpose. So Bob Sapp, the big guy, he took that role and that part, and he got rid of it. Yeah, he did that. He got the bad boy from Japan, and
Gotcha.
So well, I did some stupid things once or twice, and well, it got cut on the camera, and it's still that's haunting me. But still, people are talking about it, but it's a long time ago. I'm not that person anymore. Well,
no regrets.
Like you said, I'm a teddy bear, but I'm still a bear. So, but yeah, now I'm cool. I'm thinking. I have to think. I have family. I have kids. I got to teach. I got. Back in the days, I just did what came up in my mind. But now I'm like, I have to think. For the I say that repercussions.
Yeah, consequences, repercussions. Yeah.
There you go.
So all right, that's cool. That's good. I mean, a teddy bear, but the teddy part leaves when you step into the ring.
There you go.
So do you have any favorite fights or favorite moments you think back to sometimes, or something that comes to mind?
Yeah, of course. We got some. Of course, the Gary Goodrich kick is one kick, knockout. Actually, a fight in Aruba against Todd Medina was also one knee, and he was knocked out. Bob 1 and Bob 3. The first time I fought Bob, and the third time I fought Bob Schreiber. And actually, the third fight was a massacre. We just, what is it, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, straight up war, banging. And I think my fight against Josh Barnett. Actually, it was a fight. I was 2 5-minute rounds laying on the bottom, eating elbows, but it was still a good fight. He beat me up from the top. I beat him up from the bottom. Yeah. So that were like a few of my memorable fights, I think.
Nice, cool. I also liked your fight against Houston Alexander. I thought that was some nice moves you had there, and also a huge show of respect afterwards. That was a nice fight, you know.
I had a really heavy weight cut against Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Really difficult weight cut, and really difficult. And I remember walking down the hotel like a zombie because we were all drained of all my fluids. And then he walked in, and my trainer told me to stand up straight, like shake his head like all tough. But I was like, oh. And well, I was really bad cut. But well, I got my and so I had some trouble to get into the fight.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I was like, well, this I say, I just like a few steps behind every action he did.
Yeah,
and
catching up.
Yeah, and my mind was like, going. Then I was like, yo, but relax, man. You got. And now after this, two more rounds for 5 minutes. Relax. So I got to myself, okay, relax. And the moment I told it to myself, like 10 seconds later, I knocked him out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Houston Alexander. But it was he was also a very nice guy. It's like I remember the next morning, I get a phone call in the hotel. It's like, hey Gilbert, it's Houston. Can I come over to your room to talk to you? I'm like, oh shit, you want a rematch?
Off camera.
And I put him on mouthpiece now. No, he came into my room and I started talking to me, and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't give you a better fight. I'm like, man, shut up, I'm happy I knocked you out. Yeah. But no, he was really nice and very kind, and yeah, it was a good fight with Houston.
Hey, cool, man, cool. Did you, going into that fight, you know, with a bad cut like that, or maybe also in general, do you have expectations? Do you know I'm gonna fucking win? Or is it more, may the best man win? Or do you go in with expectations of how the fight's going to be?
Actually, now, what I learned, I learned it way too late. Actually, now, let me say it the other way. I was fighting Junior Dos Santos. And Scott Berry, the brother of Mark Berry, two of my friends, he said, hey, Gilbert, so how do you see this fight going? So that's my mind was always, just go in there and see what happens. I will knock him out. I will find a way to knock him out. That's what always happened. And that was my mistake, because on this level, you cannot think like that anymore. Mm-hmm. And so that was also happened with Houston Alexander. I went in there, and I'm like, oh, I just couldn't knock him out because I'm a better person. I want to win the fight. And yeah, then it didn't go as planned, of course. Well, at the end, I knocked him out. But I learned now, you have to come up with a plan. Back in the days, I just jumped in and knocked somebody out. But now, you have to think, you come with a plan, and more strategies. Yeah, I learned that now, but it was always hard for me because sometimes we had fights plan, and I was like ready, and the moment the bell rang, I just jumped in there and start fighting because fuck the plan, I just want to knock you out.
Yeah. My man, you're just, you're a cannon. Just aim the cannon and go for it. Yeah. Hey, cool. So there's a difference between fighting in the ring and, let's say, like self-defense. I wanted to get into that a little bit with you. I imagine that, with your experience and background, you don't walk on the street and feel scared. or even do you think, oh, it's a sketchy neighborhood, or do you feel unbeatable? Do you feel like you can defend yourself in a situation? Or
well, the thing is, nowadays, people just shag you, shoot you, or shag you, say right, you stab you, or shoot you. nowadays they don't make jokes anymore.
Mm.
But I have the luck that a lot of people know me, they have respect for me, and I don't come in situations like that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just, yeah, I don't go out. I don't go to parties. Well, and Holland is Holland is a pretty safe place. Everybody knows each other here. And I think the real bad boys they all know me, they have respect for me.
Yeah.
But no, well, I don't get in situations like that, to fight, and
What
well,
about when you were younger? Did you get into bar fights, street
when I was young, I was I was fighting all the time. It was actually before I was fighting real high level. I was fighting all the time, always fighting on the street, always fighting. Somebody says something wrong, what? Bam, fighting. But well, the moment you start getting better and better in fighting, you don't have time for that. You train 3-4 times a day, and you're tired of fighting, basically, And of course, when I was in the club and somebody provoked me, I was not backing down, but they knew, they see it on me and they know I'll fuck you up. But nowadays, well, if there's no other way, you have to.
Yeah.
But there's always a way to, just don't talk to this guy. I just talk to them. Come on. Back in the day, I will just jump out of cars, by the way. Somebody cut me off in the traffic. I would just get my car, stop all the other cars and jump in, jump out and I'll start fighting for nothing. Nowadays, yeah, well, I just laugh. What can I do? Beat somebody up? I have to go to jail. He has to go to the hospital. I cannot pay for food for my family.
Yeah. So a bit earlier, you said you don't want to prove anything anymore. When you were just starting out, did you feel that you had to prove something, to prove who you are, what you are?
Of course, when I was, of course, I want to be the best. I was 19 years old, 19. Almost testosterone. I want to be the best. Show everybody I was the best. To prove like I can beat that person up, can beat that person up. I can run faster than him. I can jump faster. I can spit farther. Everything. I want to prove myself. And the thing is, the moment you did all that, there's always a new guy to beat. There's always a new guy. I have to beat this guy also. And then that guy, and that guy, and that guy. At that point, there's no end.
Yeah.
There's no end to prove. I prove myself. I know how to fight. And there will be always this new guy or this new kid. There's always the stronger one and the faster one. And,
So knowing that now, if you could talk to your younger self, would you just let him take the path, or would you say something and try to have him maybe have a different direction?
Well, a lot of people ask me that. I might do some things different, smarter, I think.
Yeah.
Because I'm not stupid. I've got a good mind, but I was always following blindly other people.
Yeah.
They said that it's good, you have to do this, and I was like, okay, I was a soldier, I just did that. But the thing is, my life now is good. I have an awesome girl, I'm living good, and I'm thinking the path brought me to this exact moment. We're talking to you, I met you, we're talking to you, I met your whole family, your mom, your brother, your cousins, and that might be because I did something stupid. Because when I did something stupid, my mind was fucked up, remember? And I was, somebody told me, go to talk to Roy Martina,
yeah.
Martina, and he brought me to Turkey, where first Italy. Did we meet in Italy or did we meet
we met in Turkey, yeah.
Yeah. First we went to Italy, then we met in Turkey. So, and that is so maybe one of my stupid things I did back in the days brought me on that path to meet you.
Yeah.
And all this brought me to in the pair to meet my girl and my family. And so yeah, I might have done things a little different, but like, well, I've had a great life, you know.
Yeah.
So I might do things all over again. Same.
Cool. I like that. I like that's honest. That's straight up honest, man. That's cool. I like that perspective. Hey, so I was listening to this podcast by this Navy SEAL Jocko Willink, and
The black guy.
no, he's a white guy. Navy SEAL has a podcast. He does it with Echo Charles. Yeah, I think he's a jiu-jitsu guy, Echo Charles, and they do podcast.
I like it. The Navy SEAL.
Yeah. So they were talking about self-defense and
Yeah.
the need for young men to get into self-defense. What are your thoughts about that? Is that something that essentially every young guy should get into, or no?
Well, not anymore nowadays. Back in the days, it was good to learn self-defense. Of course, kids still need to, little kids need to learn to train, to get disciplined, need to get balanced, need to listen to a trainer, need to get a punch, don't cry. But real self-defense, nowadays, this young kids, they're all, let me say, they're all pussies. Let me say it this way. They're running around in the skinny jeans.
We'll get more into that. We'll get absolutely go.
They're and you will call the police. They're not the fighting kinds anymore. So maybe I switched to two things. I mess two things. Hoe zeg je dat? Ik haal twee dingen door elkaar.
Yeah, mixing two things up. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think little kids should train and get weerbaarheid. Hoe noem je weerbaarheid?
Resilience. Yeah.
For school, get a little bit tough, but really self-defense against what? A knife, a gun?
Yeah.
What you self-defense against a knife, a gun? No, won't work. You can have self-defense against a knife. They will stab you. Take a gun, they will shoot you.
Yeah.
Now they can stand up for themselves, learn how to stand up for themselves. No, but not back in the days of nowadays, they are doing that, standing up for themselves. Everybody is openly gay. It's good. I don't care about it, but they scream it. They fight it, against it. So there are trans genders. Though they're back in the days, they say nothing. But now they're like, it's all open and they are fighting against it. So against everybody who do them wrong. So no, I don't think they need self-defense anymore.
Yeah, it's like a mix of. To me, it's like almost like this duality, where on one side people are fighting for who they want to be, who they are, but at the same time, I'm seeing so many people, young people, the younger kids, who just can't push through adversity, push through resistance. Like for example, one thing is like I started off with doing judo. And I remember just what felt like forever, just lying on the ground, chin on my chest, and just hitting the floor, learning how to fall. And I remember being on my bicycle when I was a kid. I was like 7 years old, and I was just popping a wheelie, doing dumb shit. I fell over, and the reflex of that training made me put my chin to my chest, and I didn't hit my head on the floor. I fell, I got up, everyone looked at me. I was fine because I'd spent how many hours just smacking the wall. I think that's useful, and I think
definitely
go for it.
Yeah, definitely judo. This is what I say. Put your son or kid on judo because they get balance. They know how to fall, to break a fall. I got a lot of little kids in my kickboxing class, and they are all now changing from here to here.
That's it.
Not scared and know how to fight. Know how to learn, and how you say that they growing into somebody, something. But I think parents, for example, my girl, son is right now, he's now 15. When it's raining, she picks him up with the car. Yeah, because it's raining. And I think, let him drive in the rain. It will make it. He won't die. Yeah, but it's raining. And that is the parents from now. And the kids from now. You know, kids from now, they fall. Oh my God! Most of them do not. I think a lot of them do not even know how to fall or do a pop-up wheelie, because they get their parents will bring them with the car everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, judo is a good example for kids to, you know, again, weerbaarheid, resilience, yeah, but really a self-defense, yeah, and no, they have the parents to defend them. Yeah, there's no more old school. You know, get out, leave the laptop, leave the phone, go play.
Yeah.
You know, get here, here's a stick, go play with the stick.
Fall down, get a bruise, get cut.
Yeah, something like that. You know, we were back in the days. We were running around with the stick. We had the stick was the best stick ever. It was strong, great. You know, now go outside. I don't know what to do.
It's too warm. It's too cold.
Yeah, I need my phone. I don't know where my friends are. Yeah, they should, maybe what they should do, put them on self-defense, take away the phones, and make mans of them. You know, yeah.
Yeah, so it's more about, you know, learning how to overcome discomfort, being disciplined, being able to push through whatever's bothering you at the moment. Not so much self-defense, because in this world, if everyone has a knife or a gun, society the way it is, it's not maybe the most practical tool.
Well, parents, this, okay, my mind, I think parents should, you know, be tough on the kids a little bit more. I have this. I hope you won't see this. I have this kid in the class. I won't say his name. And his mother was late one day. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And she apologized. Big time. I'm so sorry I'm late. Oh, but there's room for improvement for me. I'm like, what? What? I'm late? Wait. Well, I'm you wait. Come on. 2 minutes she was late. And his father is the same. Like, oh, may I help you put on your gloves? Come here. Let me put on your stuff. You know, be tough on your kids. You know, don't ask your kid everything. They're kids. So kids need to. That's what I do in my class. I just tell them what to do. Sorry, I'm not the parent, and I can be an hour tough on them, and then they go home with the parent. They have to go for the rest 23 of the next 23 hours of them with them. Yeah. Or how would you say that? But well, if you always ask your kids what to do, the kids need guidance. You know. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I show you how we're gonna do it. If you don't get it, I show it you one more time. And now you have to do it. Don't ask me 20 more times. Just do it. Stop talking. Do what I say what you have to do. This is not difficult. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe I said it a little bit in my way, but that's, you know, kids, the kids know what to do. Yeah, the kids know what to do if you tell them what to do. Don't ask. Don't make them pussies. Come on.
True. So do you really see that, you know, compared to you growing up in the neighborhood and the kids you see today? You know, much more sissies, pussies, wimps, weaker, or?
Well, I don't say they're weaker, but they're made weaker. You know, like I said, my girl, yeah, but it's raining. I said, well, who cares? Let them get wet. Or, well, I bring him over there because otherwise you have to walk 5 minutes. It is 5 minutes, you know? So, yeah, he won't get tough. He never had a hard life. So, say something happens, he don't know what to do. He's an okay kid, but, you know, he's too protective. They are too protective of him, you know? And, yeah, sometimes you need to be hard on kids. That's what I think, and that's why when I teach, I can see exactly which parent will be with what kind of kid. You know, I mean, the lazy, big mouth. I say disrespectful kid is most of the time with the parents. They don't don't pull the kid ear or smack him on the butt once or twice.
Yeah, they give too much free reign, too much. Let the kid be the boss, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that.
All right, so I mean, we were talking about, let's say, okay, self-defense, not so much. You have your parents to protect you. But what about, young men, teenagers, maybe someone in their 20s?
Yeah.
Would you recommend to them go do a traditional martial arts to learn these qualities, discipline, focus, overcoming challenge, or more, no, the practical things you see in the ring, kickboxing, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, or what's your
No,
thoughts?
no traditional martial arts because um, they're nice. They're also very disciplined, but I don't think traditional martial arts are, let me say it right, okay, are good enough anymore. Let's say for self-defense, because you learn karate. All right, you're pretty okay, but then you fight somebody who does MMA, and that person knows how to box, kickbox, wrestle, and ground fighting. So you give him your best kick or punch, and he will take you down.
Yeah.
And now what? Well, karate, taekwondo, judo, they're all good bases, basics, but I think MMA nowadays will be the much better choice.
Yeah.
Well, also, especially YouTube grappling, because 9 out of 10 fights will end on the floor.
Yeah. So to you, I mean, let's say when we say MMA, mixed martial arts, you're mixing a couple different things together. Is there an ideal combination in your mind, or should just people just be training boxing, kickboxing, ground fighting, or is it like, hey, wrestling and Muay Thai, you're golden, or is there like a combination, or is it about the broad base?
It used to be the UFC and MMA started basically to show which style was the best.
Yeah.
And they learned, well, actually on the ground, most of the fights will end on the ground, and the wrestlers and Brazilian jiu-jitsu grapplers will win. Basically now, like 9 or from the 8 champions are all wrestlers right now. But now there's a new shift, because now everybody does everything on the same time. So a new upcoming fighter starts boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, and grappling and BA. So he gets better at all the let's say 4 disciplines at once. And back in the days, you had only the wrestlers or only the kickboxers. And the kickboxers learn a little bit how to wrestle, and the wrestlers learn a little bit how to kickbox. But now, this new generation, they get better and better and better. So I think don't do just 1 or 2. Do MMA, and if you have a good MMA gym, they will teach you all of those: boxing, kickboxing. Well, let's say let's say maybe karate. Because Lyoto Machida, he will teach probably karate as his standing. He's really good at it. Well, let's say you have to learn how to stand up fighting. You have to, of course, how to learn how to wrestle from the ground to the floor or other way around. And, of course, the ground game. So, you have to learn those 3 things.
All right, cool. So about that, right? Okay, before that, funnily enough, I started off with judo, and it taught me how to fall.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you see videos of people on the street, and when someone doesn't know how to fall, it's just like a recipe for disaster. You just break things. And it shocks me every time, because, you don't have to break something every time you fall. You can be unlucky, but, if you know how to fall, you can fall and get right back up like nothing happened.
Yes.
After that, I did taekwondo for 2 years as a kid. And I did some kickboxing. I trained with you a little bit. My Uncle Roy was a karate champion. So I've tasted a little bit of, more like the ring fighting. I did a little bit of Wing Chun Kung Fu, and I've, tasted more the traditional stuff. And, what always strikes me is it's always so easy to train a traditional martial art when you're in a dojo and you're just doing repetitions or you're hitting pads. But how few times have I actually seen an unscripted punch come my way? in those traditional martial arts. Because the moment that, you know, when you're doing like this Wing Chun movement here back and forth, and you know every second this is coming, you know you can block it.
Yes.
But when you know, you don't really spar for real often in those things. So you know, I wonder, you know, if I'm gonna, you know, I don't have any kids now, but if I'm gonna put my kid on a sport, what would you say? You would say, okay, maybe start him off with judo to learn falling.
Yeah, 100%. So
And after that, as he gets older, what would you say? You know, or just send him to an MMA gym.
yeah, well, maybe first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
You know, if there is when he's young, there's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym around. They learn the kids also how to fall and to tumble and everything. So you'll get, you know, best of both worlds. Yeah, for, yeah, judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then well, if he does judo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you might start him up with a little bit kickboxing. Now he knows standing and then a little bit wrestling. Or if you ever find a really good MMA gym, well, you put him on the MMA gym, you know.
Teach him everything.
Yeah, teach him everything.
So that's a question, right? So I mean, I'm at the moment I want to get back into training. It's been a while. I'm thinking, all right, I'm thinking about doing some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, maybe some MMA, looking around in my neighborhood. You know, you just said, you know, take him to if an MMA gym is good. So how the hell am I supposed to know if a dojo, if a gym is good? How do I evaluate that? You know, something like that.
Well, just go train and see if you feel comfortable training there. This is the most important. If you feel comfortable and this guy teach you things you never know, you never knew. It's good for you. You don't. Yeah. Well, you have to be. Yeah. What can I say?
Maybe if I make it a bit simpler, right? Like, let's say, okay, you know, I've got some experience. You've got a ton of experience, so I might be able to stroll into a place and go, okay, what this guy's teaching is some bullshit. But with someone who's you know, maybe younger, newer, doesn't really know if this is good. Maybe he might see a karate demo and be like wowed, but that teacher might be shit. So what is an advice you can give to someone who wants to step into this world and say, what are some maybe things you could look for to know that he's going to be learning some legit stuff?
Well, yeah, of course you can check out the trainer.
Yeah.
Who he is, what he has done, you know. I think, well, it's not always true, but because not all the good fighters are good teachers, you know, and not all the good teachers are good fighters. But if you're lucky to find a gym with a trainer and he did fights, I think that first of all, you have to be comfortable and you have to go happy to a gym and leave happy. You know, you're like comfortable, like today is training again. You know, and I think that's the most important thing. And at one point you will see like, oh, I won't getting any better, or I get injuries all the time. Well, then it's maybe a time for you to switch gyms.
Yeah.
But you can also just look around, Google a little bit, and see what the reviews are.
Yeah.
And of course, there's probably you live in Italy now. Yes, there are probably some fighters are fighting in the UFC. You see where they are training, and then you know you are at a place that can bring you up.
Yeah, gotcha. So, I mean, also about you. I mean, you're training now, right? You're training people now. What are your goals? You've got someone wants to join your program as a trainer. What do you really aim to do?
I'm teaching. I don't have my own gym though. I teach at 3 different places. I have my kids class in Amstelveen where I live, and I teach them how to fight. They come in, they are young. They're like, the oldest is I think 11, and the youngest is like 7.
Yeah.
And I teach them how to fight, I teach them kickboxing. Simple. Yeah. No running around, playing tag or doing games. No, I teach them how to block, to kick, counter, and fight, and they're getting better and better and better. Then I teach at the Eastbound gym. I teach MMA for people who don't really want to fight, like Recreanten, hoe noem je dat?
Yeah, for fun, for recreation. Yeah.
Recreation, yeah. And I also teach them, boxing, little wrestling and takedowns, a lot of basis, and yeah, simple, and I keep it actually pretty simple. There's a lot of the fighters, they teach them the most difficult arm bars and jumping things. No, I keep it very basic, and I learn and learn how basic MMA, stand-up fighting, wrestling, ground, takedown defense, as the guards, all that stuff, simple.
Yeah.
And then I teach an MMA class at Mike's gym. That is for fighters, and that is actually the same, but then they really fight.
Yeah.
So they're like more strict, of course. And I just teach them, to win a fight. And not only how you win it by punching or kicking, but also how your mind has to be, your mindset. And if you don't work the first round, you always have a second and third round. Yeah.
Exactly. I love that mug, man. So what do you enjoy the most? Is it the kids, the recreational guys, or the fighters? What do you love training the most?
Kids.
The kids.
Yeah, kids. When I started doing personal training, I did only adults first, and then people asked me to do some kids. I was like, I don't want to teach kids, but they're like the best, because a kid who doesn't know nothing, you can teach exactly the right stuff. An adult is like, yeah, but this, and yeah, but that, and maybe no. Shut up. Just do what I tell you to do. Well, it don't go like that, of course. But
no.
Kids you can teach them, and you not only teach them how to fight, but also make them a better person and make them feel better about themselves. I was looking at to say that before. When you teach a kid also discipline, and you see them change, like feeling stronger and comfortable and more balanced, and turning him into little mini people, from a little bit scared to shoulders back, and comfortable and more self-secure.
Yeah, self-confident.
Yeah, more self-confident. Yeah, and I love that. And then especially when let's say I have this kid in the class, and he used to play around all the time. So I put him in the corner to try 2 or 3 times, and now he's just really serious. He's getting better and better. And I know for the last 3 weeks, you have this other little kid, Chinese boy, Michael, very young, always he's a very smart kid, so you have to be challenged. He's always like, and now he's focused, he's fighting hard, and and you see them change week by week, and that's the best.
That's the
best. And of course, I love teaching the older people too, of course, and see them change and getting better and better. And but the kids is of course the best, Yeah, I love
is it almost like you can have a bigger impact? You're not just teaching them a technique or a style or something or a tool, but you're kind of shaping how they grow up. It's like clay. They're more malleable. They're less hard.
Yeah. Basically, actually today this kid was teaching him personal training, and he didn't go his way, and he started like running to his mom and started hitting his mom. Well, with gloves on, it's not like abuse, but yes, it's like, weet je what I told you, kids, they're too nice. So I gave it to him, like, hey, over here, 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups. And I told him, what's up, come on, you cannot hit your mom. You don't hit a woman, especially not your mom. But I know he's going to take that home. I'm like, because his mom would just, and that's it, But I told her, hey, come on. Yeah. So, give him normen en waardes mee.
Yeah, values, that's right. Yeah. So let's dive into that, right? Because, we live in changing times, and we touched on it a little bit before, but it's masculinity, the way parents are raising their kids, traditional roles are changing. And I think on one side it's good. A lot of people are more open, a lot more space to be who you are. But the question is, like, what does it actually mean nowadays just to be a man in this modern age? What does that mean to you? Especially when you see these guys walk around in skinny jeans and they stub their toe and then they got to cry and mommy's got to come and fix everything.
Well, actually, I don't know, because my girl will be okay without me. The women don't need men anymore.
It's true.
I don't need to fix anything in the house. She does it herself, what she calls her dad. The generation for me, The only thing I'm looking for is, like, I'm a bodyguard,
Yeah.
I'm the security around the house. This is what I tell her all the time. Like, there's nothing in the house, I'm the security. Yeah, but never everything happens. Like, no, because I'm here. Yeah. It's difficult to be a man anymore. You cannot say hello to a girl on the street like, "Hi, you look good." That is sexist nowadays. Like, what? You have to wait till she's home, find her on Facebook or Instagram, and then say hi to her or like her,
Like her post.
like her post or whatever, and hope she will.
Yeah.
You can't beat anybody up anymore. You cannot be hard on the kids because they're, oh my God. No,
it's like everything's so soft now, right? Offended, so soft. I've seen that too, some friends of mine, they've got kids, and I look and it just feels like these kids have never ever learned how to overcome a challenge. Mom and dad always to the rescue.
There you go. Exactly.
It makes me scared for their future, because one time when mom and dad aren't going to be there or not going to be available, what do you do then?
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly. Well, nowadays I train to be in good shape, to look good for my girl, to look good for the kids. But now they love the small guy in the skinny jeans. We are in dying breed, I think.
Let's talk about, honestly, I hope I don't get a lot of hate for this, but here in Milan, there's something that they call Milanese doc, and doc means I hope I get the pronunciation right, da origine controllata, like old school, legit, authentic thing here. And like, it's the typical guy from Milan is, skinny, just like taken care of, the face, the beard cut, maybe even the eyebrows, the shorts with above the ankles, this tight shirt that kind of half open, chest hair shaven, all these things. And I don't judge people, so for me it's fine, but I often see that, to me, that's just not what a man should be. I hope I don't get flack for this, saying this, but I'm thinking, I find what is a man these days, because
it's not manly anymore. I have problems to get stuff in my size. There's no double XL or triple XL. My girl want to put me in a skinny jeans. I'm like, it won't even close. No. It won't have to close. Yeah, it has to hang low on you. The package is showing. I need some cover up. I like to have baggy stuff on, and all those. My girl's like, I'm like telling her I'm doing an interview. She's like, I have to shave you. Why? This is how I look. I don't care how I look. This is how I am. And oh man, and doing the sorry, I don't get it. I'm dressed 7 days a week in training clothes because I'm teaching and I'm training myself. And actually, I train in the morning, an hour cardio, and the first 3 hours after that, my underwear is still wet from the training while I'm training other people. I have to go tonight to go drink with a friend. I have no idea what to put on. I have no idea. I gonna put on an jeans and a shirt. That's it. I'm done. You know?
Dude, I've met guys that take more time to prepare to go out than my girlfriend. And my girlfriend's fast. Like I have to give respect to her. She's fast when it comes to to get ready. She's super fast. But I've known guys that take a long time. I've seen guys get their eyebrows done, man, and I see that. I just go like, am I the one that's wrong? Am I old fashioned? Is something different with me? If this is what people are doing, it's weird.
Why? Why should you dress a certain way? Why should your hair or stuff be a certain way? Will people like you more for that? If people like you more for that, they're shallow.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Shallow. Yeah.
I'm the way I am, I'm and actually I'm this badass fighter, and I'm just normal. I don't care how you look or how you dress. Just be normal.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, not everybody feels that way. But I gotta say, I understand part of it because when I was a kid, right, and I was in high school, I don't know if it was testosterone or something else, but like my body hair developed faster than everybody else, man. I was like 14, 15, and I just had a chest full of hair, and on the stomach and my legs. I look around, all the guys in my room in the when we're doing gym class, no one's got this. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with me? I'm a chimpanzee, And I'm thinking, okay, so in a way that made me feel insecure. On the other hand, when I look at what masculinity was, in the 80s and the 90s, the movie stars, stuff like that, often had a big bam of chest hair. I go, okay, that makes me feel good,
Yeah.
But it's just this whole idea of fashion and skinny jeans and layers of clothing to look good, to impress someone. It's always boggled my mind.
Yeah, and it is just the mind of one person.
Yeah.
Somebody said, this is awesome. And the rest of the world follow this person. My girl, we had a birthday party. We were like a week, our birthdays are like a week apart. And we had this birthday party. And she had this new skirt, big skirt, dress.
Dress, yeah.
It was horrible. Horrible. I said, no, this is beautiful. No, who everybody wears this. I'm like, well, everybody wears that doesn't mean that it's nice. Just because one person said, like, you know what? Like, look at this motherfucker's gonna put this on and tell everybody that it's beautiful. I see everybody will follow me and do the same thing. And that is what happens.
Yeah.
I actually call her best friend. He's gay. And hey, go van die bank, schiet op. This is my dog. I call her best friend. He's gay. I show him the picture. And he told me no. It's horrible.
Yeah. Confirmed.
But I think it is. This the social media and everything. Somebody says this is beautiful. This is awesome. You have to wear this, and everybody follow, and they don't have their own minds anymore. Yeah. Because you can see it. It's terrible. It's straight, skinny jeans. It looks terrible. They cannot even close their pants. They have to. Oh my God. It won't even fit a phone in your pocket. Now they have to have this little purse, so they put everything in because the jeans are too tight.
Man bags, man purses and stuff.
Oh my, I call them handbag, like purses.
Purses, handtas.
Yeah, and it's terrible.
So for you, maybe you say, okay, you're going out tonight, hanging with the buds, grab a drink or something. So what do you wear when you're not wearing your training gear?
Well, probably the same shirt. I might change my jeans, and I got some. What is this? Air Jordans.
Yeah.
Ones. I have no idea what these are. Air Jordan Air One. I really have no idea. I think it's Jordan Air One. Yeah.
So I take it you're not a brand logo guy?
No. Actually, no. I have, what is this? Stone Island shirts, a bunch of them. and I got some jeans, and I got some of those Nike Air Ones. I think it is Nike Air One, and that's it. But most of the time, I'm running around in training gear.
Yeah.
Well, bare feet in my sneakers. That's it.
Same for me, man. Same for me. I've got a bunch of sports shirts. I got a shirt with Bruce Lee on it, and besides that, it's all like this. It's just black. It's all white, or it's blue. There's nothing on it. So what's more important? I mean, what do you think about all of these? Like, I was out with my girlfriend. We were in a mall, and you know, you're doing the tour of the clothing stores, and we were in H&M or something like that. And I'm just seeing all of these shirts, and they have all these weird abstract prints, or like Looney Tunes, or like slogans, and all these quotes, and I'm seeing all that stuff, and it's just like, what happened to just a simple black T-shirt or white or blue? Like, how do you look at that?
Yeah, it's too much. Yes, it's simple. This what I like. It's simple.
Yeah.
You have to have the little storyline thing on it. You know what? My girl, when she was this, she take it off, and I grab it, and I just walk around it without this. I don't really care. But you have to have this thing on, by the way. But like, she's like, babe, you need to put it on. Otherwise, nobody can see what kind of shirt it is. I'm like, oh. Just give me a shirt, a simple black or red or blue, whatever, one color, simple. And if it fits good, give me 6 or 7 of them. Yeah, and then, you know, the jeans fits good, give me 6 or 7 of those. And my shoes, it's same. I have like 6 or 7 of different colors of the same shoe. It's simple, it fits, it's good.
That's it. So it's more about quality and comfort than it is, you know, making a statement, right?
Yeah, I really don't see what is what. I just go and I talk to you, and if you have a nice watch, I might see you have a nice watch, but I don't care if you get a G on your buckle, or an H on your buckle, or Prada on your. I don't care. Yeah. What does it do? Will it help you be a better person? Will you? Nah, I don't care. It will, I have. Oh, actually, I have a new ring right now, but I've been same belt for 6 years, and like 2 months ago, I got a new one, but I'm wearing the same belt for like a long time. Always the same with me. Simple, man. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, you know, I get the same thing for me. So another question, right? I mean, talking about, you know, masculinity, talking about what it means to be a man nowadays. How do you see that when it comes to like emotion? You know, can a man cry, still be seen as a man?
Well, yeah. I don't cry. I don't cry. Oh, I get you in on a secret now. All right, I get you in on a secret. But you cannot tell nobody.
You know we're recording this, right?
yeah, I know. But I can see it on the secret. Okay. I don't cry. Well, if a man cries, he cries. Who cares? If you want to cry, cry. Who cares? You know, if you have emotion, let it out. I don't cry. I don't know why, but I don't cry. But you know, friends.
Yeah.
We friends.
Yeah.
Last. Is it last season? Actually, last season. Rachel is in the plane, leaving to Paris. Ross is calling her, getting a fight, and Ross comes home. He listens to his voicemail, and he hears Rachel, and then he's about to get off the plane. It's hard to get off the plane, and then he's like, the voice recorder stopped. He's like, oh, did you get off the plane? And then she's like, yeah, I got off the plane. And then I got a little tear. I got a little tear. I love Friends.
My man.
That's the only time I had a little tear. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that's cool. I get that.
Of course, men can cry. Why not? You know, if you feel, I think crying is okay. You know, if you feel, it will cleanse your soul.
Yeah.
Like you cry. Sometimes you cry. If you hold it in too long, it will, you know, it might get different emotions. But if you just let it out. Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, it's good to express your emotions, you know, and not let them build up. Yeah, I get that. I get that. You know, I see that too sometimes. I'll watch a movie, especially if it's like a war movie or something, and you know, one guy sacrifices for himself for the other, and I'm just like, come
Oh,
on, you know. No, so you know, but that's the thing is because you know, one thing I like about maybe the more old school upbringing is, you know, you teach your kids to overcome resistance, right?
yeah,
Like if I fell outside and my knee was bloody, and my mom, she might check to make sure nothing's broken,
yeah.
and then she'd say, okay, go continue playing. You know, I see kids nowadays, they fall, they cry, and it's the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I think, okay, it's on one thing, it's important to teach your kid to, hey, this is pain, physical or emotional.
Yeah.
You need to deal with it. On the other hand, it's also the same, you know, who knows how many years ago, but it's like, hey, if you cried as a boy, hey, don't be a sissy, don't be a wuss. And I
Well,
think maybe that's maybe not the right thing either.
exactly. You're right. What I do at the gym with the kids, actually not only kids, also adults. If a kid, 9 out of 10 times, they're not really hurt.
Yeah.
You know, like, come over here. Do we have to go to the doctor? The hospital? No. Do we have to go to the doctor? No. Just move. And there's nothing wrong. Today, this little girl was training Vesper, and she got a really hard punch in the stomach. Bash! She's like, oh! I saw it, and I was just scared. Like, you okay? No, just come over here. Just come. I said, come on. If I just breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe, you know. It's okay. You breathe. You're tough, okay. And I look at her, no tears. You see, no tears. You see, you're tough, you know. And it is incasseren.
Yeah, you got to take a punch.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta take a punch, and this is what you do really good now because you actually no tears. Are you okay? Yeah. So this is what happens when you fight. You know, we're fighting. We're not playing. We're fighting, and sometimes that will happen. And you will just take a deep breath, and you go on, and that's what you did. So yeah. So of course you cannot say don't be a pussy or don't be a whoosh, but I also tell them, hey, stop crying. Of niet piepen.
stop, squealing, yeah.
Yeah, stop squealing. Come on, stop. Come on, yes, come on. And of course, when it really hurts, I do different, and I will talk to them. But 9 out of 10, let's also parent. Your kids will fall, and the parents are like, "Oh my God, you're okay." No, man, just get up. Just a little blood, wipe it off. It's okay. Just go play.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes a difference, you know, and it's something that I see more in the older generations than I see nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, I was in Romania for vacation a while ago, and my girlfriend's grandmother, you know, old school farm life lady. This woman is in her 60s, mid 60s, wakes up every day, milks the cow, digs up the potatoes, walks up the hill, cuts the grass, everything by herself, right? And a few years back, she got bit by a snake, poisonous snake in the leg. This woman just takes off her like a hair thing, the banana thing, wraps it around, and starts walking down the hill. Car comes by. Hey, what happened? Oh, I got bit by a snake. Oh, we'll take you. No, I'll walk to the hospital. That mentality, man, is crazy. And then I see this is like, you know, this is a grandma.
Yeah.
You know, and then I see like, you know, like young people nowadays, and it's just like bam, and it's ow, and this and that, and oh, I can't go to the gym anymore. I can't do this, and I'm just like, dude, what happens, man?
Yeah. But it is, I think it is also how you have been brought up.
Yeah.
If you have a really safe, easy life, things are hard for you. I was lucky or not lucky to have a very abusive youth. Nothing happened to me, but it made me tough. So, you know, I know how to, just go. You know, just bite it up.
Survive.
Yeah, but that's what I try to say. The kids are right now they're brought up so protective that when something small happens, they don't know what to do.
So you know, it's kind of like, you know, a catch-22, like both options. Okay, so yeah, you're a tough guy. You know, you're a survivor. You're a fighter. You're the kind of guy who can push through anything. At the same time, essentially part of the price you paid was that childhood that you had. On the other side, we've got all these kids that are growing up super protected, but the price they're paying is they can't overcome a challenge.
Well, and I think you can, of course, protect your kids, but sometimes you just give them some tough love.
Yeah.
You won't help. You won't help you. This is what I say when we do combination.
Yeah.
When we do combinations, you see a lot of people hitting the hand when somebody hits. So I keep my hands up. You have to hit here. So you should keep your hand here, your head close to your face, your hand close to your face, because you will basically aim for the face, right? Yeah. But what they all do all this. Yeah. So now there's a difference from this to the face.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, say in real life, if you want to hit somebody, you always miss because you're used to hit this far away from this person. And I think that is the same thing if you're too protective with the kid. When something really going to happen, this kid will not know how to do or protect himself.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to be effective in a fight, you have to at least know what it's like to take a punch. Otherwise, like you said, after a while, you're going to have that flinch reaction. All the training's for nothing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So let's talk a bit about bikes. Hey, we got another guest on the podcast. What's is that a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
What's her name?
Chicky.
Cheeky.
Chick, like a girl.
Chicky.
Chicky.
What a cutie. Wanted some attention. Yes. Daddy's talking on the computer too long. So let's talk about bikes a bit, man. I remember, I think I was maybe 15 years old, and I think we were in Nijmegen, and you went for a ride. I went on the back, and you just gunned it, man.
Yeah.
I think that was like my first time on a motorcycle, and you go fast.
We went very fast.
Very fast. I was just squeezing for life, man.
We went really, really fast. There's no limits.
I remember I had one of those like old school like Bomberjacks, and the sleeves were all the way up just from the wind.
Yeah. We went fast. Yeah.
Terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. So you still ride?
Yeah, I still drive.
What you riding right now?
Right now, I got the KTM 1290 Super Duke GT.
Oh, that sounds fast.
It's the GT is a touring.
Mm-hmm.
1290 is 1301 cc, and it goes. It's the most comfortable bike ever. It is very, very comfortable. I love it. You sit up straight, and it goes like nothing. It is,
Do you still ride like regularly, just for fun, or even just to the gym and back? Is it like your main means of transportation, or?
Yeah, it is actually now transportation. Back in the days, I had friends. We drove around the whole day, But now, well, I work the whole day, so I drive. I teach in the city, and when it's hot weather, I just get the bike. First of all, I don't have to pay for parking, and it's also a little bit faster. Yeah, it is comfortable. The only bad thing about it is that if I have a long day, I have to change clothes. I have to bring a lot of gear with me, so it is difficult on the bike. So, it's more transportation now and then fun, because we're old now and everybody has his own family, and nobody really wants to drive or pop wheelies or do stupid things.
All right, so tell me about some of those times. Take me back.
Well, that's what we used to do. Was me and my friend Brian every day at 6 o'clock, now 7. He used to work. He used to work till 6. He drove home, get his bike, get my bike, and we drove and pop wheelies like nothing else the whole time. Oh, one wheel, crazy. We started from doing this one small. I can't see it. But the front wheel got up this till we make not yet 12 o'clock. and we drove every day, man. So we drove, stopped, smoked a joint, and stopped driving again. Crazy. And as we did that, I think 3-4 years straight. Well, in the summer, every day. Yeah.
Nice, super cool. All right, super cool. But now some of the gray hairs are coming out, so it's time to take it more easy. Or?
Well, the thing is, if you drive with somebody, you're like, yeah, come on, I need
Yeah.
but now you're by yourself. This making wheels by yourself is boring.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Of course, and the other thing is, and I'm not, I cannot afford to lose my driver's license because I have 4 different places where I teach now.
Yeah.
So I have to be careful. So,
Yeah.
And I have, of course, now a family, and they won't like it if I break my leg or something. I cannot provide for them. So,
Yeah. So have you had any like risky moments, or have you had your license taken away, or?
Actually, no. Almost. Almost. I fell off maybe once, and once I got chased by the police, and this guy was. I was popping wheelies. I was driving over the sideway, and he was like, he stopped me. My friend drove off. I stopped. I'm like, well, fuck it. And this guy like, yeah, get out, get off. You get a ticket. No. First of all, you lose your driver's license. Then you get a ticket of driving on one wheel. Then you get a ticket of driving on the
sidewalk.
I'm like, fuck. I'm like, well, give me a driver's license. And I'm like, well, I don't have it with me. I'm like, I had him, but I didn't want to give it to him because if you give it to him, he can take it away.
Yeah.
So and I was like, I don't have it. He's like, I'm like, come on, man, calm down. So what's your name? I'm like, Gilbert. Last name, Yvel. Like, oh, hey, oh, yeah, you're the hurricane. Yeah. One time I was at your place, so you had a dispute with your neighbor. I'm like, yeah. And he like calmed down right away. And he's like, okay, all right, well, yeah, he was like, he get calm and more calm, talking about fighting. He's like, all right, you know what you do? All right, I get you a ticket because you don't have your driver's license with you, and you're okay. So the promise, this is the first time you drove on one wheel? Like, yeah, it's the first time. I never did it before. And the day, exactly the day before that, I was popping wheelie, of course, and I got stopped by a police agent on the bike. And he's like, come on, stop doing that. It's like, okay. And in the moment, this officer told me, like, okay, you're okay. You never did it before, and I never did it. Police bike is coming. And it's exactly the same guy from yesterday. He's like, and the first thing he said is like, oh, he's popping wheelies again.
Oh, shit.
Like, and this guy started to laugh, and I was okay. But, yeah, so I got lucky. I only got a ticket of not having a driver's license with me, but I had it with me. So I was lucky.
Hey, it's a cheaper deal, that one, man.
Yeah, that was good. That is also one of the benefits of being kind of famous fighter.
Yeah.
I got many times that the police stopped me, and because of who I am, they were coolants. They were
more relaxed. Yeah, hey, cool.
me, and I didn't get a ticket.
Oh, you're the hurricane. Oh, okay. I'll let it go this one time.
Yeah. Well, actually, also because I can be very difficult. I used to be.
Like, you mean with like police or like the authority or what?
Against the police, yeah. Like the police is cool to me, I'm cool to them.
Yeah.
If you behave like an asshole, I'd be very difficult. Like, all right, let's go. Bring on your friends. Call them all up. We are fighting. We're fighting. Fuck you. We're fighting. Let's go. Bring on your friends. I'm just being difficult, and I'm like, then they have to call in all the cops, like a bunch of cop cars, and I'm just being difficult. And let's go. We fight. We fight. But they don't want to fight me. It's being difficult.
Yeah.
So I didn't know I'm like that. So if I'm normal, they're happy. If I'm difficult, they're like, shit, here we go again. So.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, on one side, you're a bit of a celebrity. On the other hand, they also know you as the guy. Hey, it's easy. There's an easy way to handle him.
Yeah.
Don't be a jackass.
Yeah, there you go. You know, the thing is, if I do something wrong, I'm wrong, right? You don't have to be dick about it. Just tell me you're wrong, all right? Okay. But if you like threaten me or whatever, being tough to me, like you want to be tough to me, all right? Let's go. Show me how tough you are.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the right way to go about it, but sometimes,
Man, it would have never even occurred to me, man, to tell a police guy, oh, all right, we're fighting, man. I'm like, yes, officer. Sorry, officer.
Well, yeah, but in Holland, they're lucky. They're become a little different than in.
No, that's true. That's true.
Right is right, wrong is wrong. Come on, man. Just be relaxed, give me a ticket or not, or don't be a dick about it.
Hey, true that, man. True that. Hey, listen, before I let you go, I want to ask you 3 more questions, right? So one of them is, I got a tattoo. I was 17 years old when I got this tattoo, man. Yeah. And I got it at the tattoo shop where you always went to. And I remember just feeling so awesome, so proud. It's the first one I have. It's like my whole upper arm. I remember we were there. Who was it? It was Ferry, right? Was his name?
Ferry, yeah.
Ferry. Yeah. I remember we were sitting there, and he just puts the needle in my arm, and I just go white. All the blood goes, And I remember they gave me a glass of cola. It went fine. And I remember he was smoking a joint. And I was like, wait, this guy is going to tattoo me fucking stoned, man.
Yeah, but that's what he does, yeah.
But that's what he said. He said, trust me, you don't want me not stoned when I tattoo you. I was like, all right, it's cool. So, but you got a couple tattoos too, right? A couple.
Actually, we both got the same tattoo.
Yeah, the dragon. No,
I stole one from you. The Latin text.
Ah, for real?
You got it on your back, right?
No,
you got it here. On your back, right?
I got it on my back, yeah.
Also with Ferry, right?
Yeah. Well, no, with one of his guys, but it was there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have the same one on my stomach.
My man,
yes.
my tattoo twin.
yeah, because I really liked it. Who conquers himself.
That's it in Latin, yeah. So, but yeah, I remember from the first time I saw you, you were practically covered when I met you. Yeah. In the meantime, any new additions?
No. Well, tricky also. I think the last 5 years, I got only the tattoo of the name of my girl and some text around it, but I'm almost full.
Yeah, man.
No, man. There's not a lot of places I could put something on, and actually right now it's the same. Like I'm done with tattoo. I cannot handle it anymore. I could if I would, but I have to sit down and it hurts. Yeah. And back in the days, I'm like, no problem, I got this right now. It's like, oh. And all the places I still have left are very, very painful, Yeah. So, yes, no, I'm done tattooing. Of course, sometimes I see something and I'm like, well, should I put it there? Why? Back in the days, I'm like, oh, shit, I want that, put it there. Now I'm like, well, should I put it there? Why should I put it there? Okay.
How much money do you think you spent, man, on your tats?
I can tell you, I think maybe 700 or 800. That's it. I think the first tattoo was like 200, 150. The second one was like 500, and one time 150, and then all the other tattoos were like they're all free.
My man, nice. Like an almost full bodysuit essentially for free. What was your first tattoo?
Muay Thai over here.
Nice.
Yeah, the Muay Thai, yeah.
Cool. And after that, you were like, yeah, give me some more of this stuff.
Yes, yeah. Then I give, Then it was crazy. Like, the only thing I was doing was training, put the tattoos and fighting. Yeah.
Train, fight, tattoo, repeat. So do you have like a specific style, or just is it a little bit of everything, or?
Actually, a little bit of everything. Yeah. Because Ferry did a lot of me. another friend, Tico, did.
Tico, yeah, that's the one who did the one about back, yeah.
Yeah, Tico, yeah. No,
Yeah.
Tico did. He got his own shop now, and he did like I think from February 50, Tico did 50%.
Nice.
Not 50, but you know, and I got maybe 3 or 4 other people who did a little bit, but they're two of they put the most on me. Yeah.
Nice, super cool, man. All right, second to last question. This one's one a bit more out there, but you know, it's a crazy world we live in. You know, it could be a zombie apocalypse, it could be nuclear war, it could be aliens. What does Gilbert Yvel do? What does the hurricane do if there's an apocalypse?
Okay, what kind of apocalypse? Say something.
All right, zombie apocalypse.
Basically, we're already in a zombie apocalypse. Everybody's watching your phone, and you know, they're zoomed out, or you know. Wait a minute, my dog is being a little dick here. Chicky, donder up with that thing. Oh, yeah. I don't know. What can I do? We have the COVID right now. Everybody is scared, and everybody's like nervous, and oh my God. But you know, I just do my thing.
Yeah.
I do my thing. I respect everybody's wishes, and I do my thing. I'm training and teaching, and that's what I do. You know, and if this is zombie, whatever, apocalypse, I just give some sweet loving to my girl, and see what happens.
You're not into maybe like the whole like survival thing or like everyday carry, not some things you always have with you, or none of that stuff. It's just, huh?
What should I carry?
Anything, man. I don't know. I mean, it's different if you're in Holland. It's different if you're in the States. You know, one of the things, for example, here in Italy, right, was one of the first places to really lock down.
Yes.
Especially in the North Milan, this region, Lombardia, it just locked down completely. And, you know, you see people just like, there wasn't a full panic, and, you know, people are mostly civilized, but there were certain things that were missing from the pasta. There was like no pasta to be bought for like for a fucking week, man. And when I'm in Italy, pasta is like the #1 thing. No spaghetti, no penne, no this, no that.
Yeah.
Like 100 different kinds of pasta, and it just wasn't there. They were just stocking up. And it made me think, right? This is 2020. We're in the Western world. And a virus like this can lock down the economy in this way. People just go out, they stock up on food. Yeah. And this was okay. But just add one more notch on the dial, then what? You know?
Well, yeah, but I think you and me are like very down to earth people. We will figure a way. It is more like a lot of other people are getting nervous, and it's also because of the media, and they make it way worse than it ever is. It's the same with fighting. You know, you get punched in your face. What you can do, you stay on the ground, cry, or just get up and start fighting. Yeah. You know, and yeah, it is of course messed up that something like that happened, but it's not the end of the world, because there's always a solution. You know, we're survivors. You know, then we don't eat pasta, we eat bread, or you know, we can hold on. Okay, I have this cup of tea, right? And it is hot. Like, oh my God, it's hot. Oh my God, oh man. Oh, what I can do is just put it down, right? You just put it down, and it's not hot anymore. So what you can do is like, oh my God, we have COVID, and oh my God, and what now? What? Oh, we just, you know, accept it that it is here, and well, accept it and just move on. You know, see what we can do.
Gotcha. Yeah, practical, pragmatic. You know, and I think that's another thing, and that's something I think we both picked up in the Netherlands, is just this very pragmatic, down-to-earth view. Yeah. But even there, you know, panic and fear is everywhere. All right, last thing, man. Then I'll let you go. All right, so, you know, this Huntly, you know, the podcast we're doing here, you know, it's really kind of about the journey of, you know, modern man. What does it mean to be a guy right now in this mix between the old generation, between this new stuff, you know, forging our path, you know, forward. We want to learn from the past. We want to look to the future. So just last question, in that context, do you have any advice for just like the guys, the men listening to this, you know, based on what you've experienced, what you've seen?
Uh, okay, one more time. A girl's calling again. What's the question? One more time. The question was.
Do you want to pick up or?
You know, no. I
Okay.
go to the page. You have to wait. Say the one more time.
So last question is on the context of being a man in 2020. You know, learning lessons from the past. You know, as you've grown up, as you've grown wiser, as a fighter, someone who owns a business now. You know, what advice do you have just for guys in general who are trying to find out what they have to prove, who they are, what they want to be?
Well, just be yourself. Yeah, be yourself. You know, don't follow the herd. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Oh, because somebody does something on social media or wear this kind of pants, you don't have to follow, do it. Or if somebody says something on the social media, just think, use your own brain.
Yeah.
And save money. Don't spend money on a nice, shoes or Gucci or whatever bag. Save your money, man. And buy a house and a nice car and I say how can you say?
Give me the Dutch word.
No, it's just the whole thing.
Okay.
Just be ready. Make yourself ready. You know, get your own thing, your house, your work, your money, and be ready. You know, and then the girls will come or whatever. You know, just take care of yourself. Don't follow the herd. You know, don't
work on yourself.
Yeah, work on yourself. You know, make sure you have your own job, your own house, everything good, and then live your life. Then you can live your life the way you want it. If you like follow a girl or follow the latest trends, that's not you. You know, just be get the best out of yourself. You know, get in shape, train, be healthy. You know, because that's the most important. Your house, your work. Yeah, you need to have a car if you want to go to places. And be healthy.
Yeah.
That is the most important thing. A girl will come, a girl will go, guy will come, guy will go. But you know, if you have everything set, you'll be okay.
Work on yourself. You know, be skilled, and build your own foundations. Build your own, build your own castle.
Make a foundation. If it is okay, then everything will be okay, because you have to find a girl, it don't work out. Okay, don't work out. Go back to your own house. You know, if you work, you get your stuff, everything's okay.
That and fuck skinny jeans.
Yeah, don't wear skinny jeans.
Hey, dude, my man, thank you so much for this. It's been a blast, to talk, catch up a bit, hear your vision on the world, what we're doing. Just super, super awesome. Thanks. What we're gonna do is, on the post, we're gonna post your website or your social media below for people to come and find you, check you out. Because I know you're training and teaching in a couple of gyms in Holland. So for the Dutch listeners, they'll know where to find you. And dude, yeah, thank you. It's been a blast. Hope to have you on another time.
Yeah, of course.
And that's it, man. Thanks.